All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So I've worked with AGM Mobile several times. They focus on rugged devices, and this is their latest device right here, man. This is a rugged device with Android 12, a 6.52-inch display. It is 1600 by 720, so I have some reserves about that, but I've learned that the resolution on display doesn't technically make the device. 48 megapixel camera, 20 megapixel infrared night camera, and then a 2 megapixel macro, 6 gigs and 120 gigs of storage. And we're going to get it open here, and I'll give you my first impressions. Again, I've done a lot of rugged phones, and I have a lot of rugged phones, but this one is Android 12. And so with that, you know, this rare that you see Android 12. And there's some other key things about this device right here. So in the package here, it looks like you get some stickers in the manual, and you get the SIM ejection tool right there. Nothing fancy, but this phone is supposed to have the world's loudest speaker on a phone, and it's 109 decibels. That's crazy right there. So let me get this open here. Wow, just take a gander at that. So remember, these phones are not for everyone. They're for people who are into the rugged style devices, and they need a device that's going to stand up against the test of time. So you got your Type-C cable in here, and you've got some other clamps and things in there. Looks like, what is this? Let's see what this is. Oh, these are doors. These are extra doors, looks like. Yeah, it looks like they give you some extra doors for the bottom here. That's pretty cool. An extra door for the side. So that's proactive, because getting a phone like this, it's not something that's on carriers. It's not something that you can just walk into a store and get. This is a Type-C cable, and then this is the charging brick on this side over here. But yeah, this isn't a phone that you can just walk into a store and grab. So the fact that they're putting those in there, there's a chance that you might need them. So this is the phone itself, and it's such an eclectic design that, you know, you have to show it. You have to you have to feel this in hand too, man. So here's the power button. Here's the volume rocker, and this is obviously a special key button right there. I love the black and orange, by the way. And then here's that door where you get the extra flaps for your Type-C and your headphone. So that's pretty cool. And obviously, with being a rugged phone, you're going to have protection like everywhere. So it comes pre-installed with a screen protector, looks like. And then this is the other door here for your SD card and SIM tray. So it's got a pull mechanism here. Looks like you got to dig deep, and then you have an SD card slot and a SIM tray buried way down in there. So I like that they have that like that. So here's that speaker right here, and then there's that labeled 48 megapixel camera. This is going to probably be a flash, and then you've got the other two cameras there, and then you've got another sensor there. And it actually has a physical fingerprint reader, looks like. So 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage. It comes in two different configurations though. So it comes in a 4 gig 64, but I suggest you just go ahead and get the 6 gig 128. And then if you want to add storage, you can as well. Folks, this has a it has a 7,000 milliamp hour battery inside this thing. This is just ridiculous. I mean, who puts a ginormous battery like this in here? That's just crazy, man. It is crazy, and it's good to know that they have this ginormous battery in here. Because you're going to need it. With this loud speaker, you are going to need it. So let's go to start here, and we're going to skip this, and I'll set up offline because I want to get into the device. Again, this is just my first impressions. All of that can be set later once you get going here. I like doing phones like this because there is a market for them. I am one of the people in the market for this, for a phone, for a rugged style phone. But normally, I don't know what I would shoot for such a massive device like this. Let me give you an example. The screen is 6.25, I believe, But here's the S22 Ultra. You can see how tall it is and how big it actually is. So, but it's that rugged design that you're paying for here. That's pretty much what you're paying for. So this does have a Mediatek processor. You can register here for your account or whatever. So I'm going to skip that and get into the device. And this is going to be a stock Android experience, but I believe it does have a Mediatek processor inside. Let's go to System Android 12. There it is. And let's go ahead and go to Gestures, 3 button. Let's turn on Gestures. That is the way you do it, folks. Have to have gestures. I want to turn off that quick open camera, though. I don't like that. The operating system seems to be flowing right along. I'm going to go ahead and connect to Wi-Fi, though. Let's see here. Yeah, Android 12. March security patch. Yeah, you can take a look at that information right there. You can see Android 12. But let me just connect to Wi-Fi real quick, and because I want to see if I can see if there's an update or anything like that. But I think oh, nice haptic feedback on this thing, man. Nice haptic feedback. I will get into the drop tests and all that stuff. But seeing as it's supposed to have the world's largest speaker, that is just crazy right there. I can't wait to check that out. And it's got bass to it too, man. So let me go to security, and it's got face and fingerprint unlock. So we'll set up the fingerprint and we'll do a pin for now. And I think that's pretty cool that this has a physical fingerprint, and it gives you the option there to choose. Yep. I think the fingerprint reader will be fairly good on here. It's one of those fingerprint readers where you have to give it multiple presses to get it in. Now, some people you rotate their fingers and put different fingers in and mix and match to get a better grab when they set up the other finger, but I tend to just do the one finger. I'm going to add another one. I'm going to add this side over here. Yeah, first impressions are, you don't want to wear OtterBox. You want Android. This is an option for you. It is seriously an option. So, I mean, you can find this phone everywhere between $250 and $300. Let's check the fingerprint reader. Yeah, it's a fairly decent fingerprint reader. I mean, it is running Android 12, so that's my biggest thing is if it's running Android 12, that's a good thing. So yeah, we're on the March security patch, and it's up to date. Technically, we're in May, but it's up to date. At least it's Android 12. I know Android 13 is coming out, but let's get into the. You have this Zello here. What is this? Oh, user defined key. Okay, so that key can be set to something right here. You can do push to talk. Obviously, most of these phones have push to talk. Play audio, LED torch. Let's do LED torch. Uh-oh. See if you hold it. That's going to be the LED torch. Let's see here. I guess I need to do some finagling because I definitely didn't check to see, but I'm assuming you would hold it down. Yep, there it is. Woo. Yeah, that is a bright LED. So you hold that button down and you get to the options that you want. And I like that it's not buried away in the settings too. It's just right here in the open. You can do Google Assistant, camera, audio play, or push to talk. And the torch is something that you can always use with this large battery. Yeah. So you've got dynamic LED circle. See the light right there? This is when you get some notifications. There's little cool things about this phone. You got spectrum. We're just going to go through all of them. Then you got dance, where it goes to the sound of whatever's happening. You got warp. and you've got none. Spectrum's cool. So little things like that, you know, probably might excite a person, but you've got some tabs back here, and I would assume that's for a docking, something to dock. That would be pretty cool. Find more accessories on it. But obviously most of these have that DuraSpeed thing, and this is ultimately it. So there's your storage with nothing on it. I have 115 gigs available, and it's using 13 gigs. Let me go back to that and see what the system is using. System only uses 5.7, and then there's 8 gigs basically for apps. So, okay, that's pretty good. Let's see here. Let's go to, here's your battery. Whew. That is a ginormous battery. I wonder, I'm going to plug this up to a 120 volt, 120 watt charger, and also a 65. So I probably will never use the charger in the box, but if you had to, I'm sure it would take at least a couple hours to charge this up. This is a thick phone, a rugged phone, and it's going to be something, if you know what you're getting into. It doesn't feel bad though. It feels like a phone with a case on it. That's what it feels like. A permanent case. I mean, we put cases on our phones anyway, so, you know, why not just build it into the phone? I remember when OEMs like Samsung and those other companies were doing these types of phones, and I guess they just didn't do well, which is strange to me, because people do put a case on their device. It's just it's weird that people wouldn't want a device like this, but I guess it's not too weird, because you want to have the option to take it off. So and just check out what I'm doing here as I'm talking here, but you want the option to take it off, and I get it. Most people don't like a bulky case like this, but for those people who actually want to put a heavy duty case on, you are the people that are looking at videos like this. Yeah. So it says it's got some live wallpapers. Let's see if it's got none in there. This definitely has regular wallpapers. This is going to probably be the Google. Oh, it's got some pretty nice ones in here. Okay. So we got 4 or 5 wallpapers. That's cool. Sound. I'm going to fire up something here. That is a loudspeaker. I can tell you that. Yeah, that's a loudspeaker. Nice beat. Oh, they lost me with that. That's a loudspeaker, folks. And I don't know. I haven't tested the decibels and everything like that, but it is definitely loud. It is a loudspeaker. It might be almost offensive to It might be also almost offensive to some people. Then they have the nerve to have the sound booster on. This is why it makes it so loud. But wow, that's definitely a loud speaker. I cannot say it's not. I'm gonna charge this to 100. Golly, man, this is a loudspeaker. Let me see if I can find something in here with music on one of my channels here. Good haptic feedback on the keyboard. Obviously, it's the stock keyboard. Spelling. Let's see if I can find something that I'm demoing a speaker. I don't come up anywhere. Just Mark Williams comes up for some reason. All right, let's see here. Let's type in Bluetooth speaker. That should bring me up. There we are. So let's see here. You probably won't be. So we are those thumbnails from 5 years ago. Let's see here. Those are great, man. I got a lot of speakers. Would you believe I still have a lot of these speakers? I still have a lot of them. The downside is that it's a backfiring speaker. Yeah, it's a backfiring speaker, so
all right, guys, welcome back to
that's kind of a bummer, but you know.
We got a nice set of speakers in here, bookshelf speakers, and I'm going to use these for monitoring right here in the office. My current setup is a Bose setup. I wanted to check these out because these are 50
It's a nice speaker. It's not like the most high quality, that's for sure.
These feel really premium in the hand, by the way. and I'll show you the settings and controls on this one. This is like the master. I wanted to pull the grill off so I could show you exactly what you get up under here. So obviously you have this.
Yeah, it's not the most high quality set of speakers, but again, you're not buying it for that purpose. You're buying it for phone calls and things like that. So yeah, I mean, it's a decent set of speakers. I'm not going to get on here in any kind of false excitement saying, oh, it's the best. The decimals and speakers that they're talking about being loud is more than likely going to be for phone calls, or if you're in an area, I would think that's what it would be for. So you do have the cutout at the top, the little, they call it the Waterdrop Display. This is it, man. This is my first impressions of this. I like phones like this. I like things that are different. And this is no exception. It has like this full carbon fiber on the back. I mean, just look at that for a second. It's actually a good looking phone. Would I spend $300 on this? I don't know. I don't, at first glance, no, I wouldn't. I would at least have to have a 1080p display. But the display itself it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's actually, as a matter of fact, let's check how bright, let's get the brightness up. There we go. That's the real brightness there. And you can see Android 12 set up in there, lets you know it's legitimately Android 12. This is actually pretty nice, folks. I mean, it's not bad. If you're a spec head, then, you know, the display is probably the only thing that you might not like. The performance on it seems pretty good so far. So I'll do some drop tests, water tests, throw it across the concrete, whatever you want me to do in the next video. Just leave a comment down below how you want me to test this phone, because normally I will bring a rugged phone onto the channel and I'll just do a whole bunch of stuff in one video. But this time I want you to tell me what you want me to do with this device, and I will set up videos for it and get back to you on it. So it's your man Jay. I appreciate AGM sending over the H5, man. It's a really nice device. There's some mixed things on the specs on this, so just be careful about what you're looking for. Some places are boasting a 64 megapixel and it clearly says 48, unless there's some different versions. I don't know of any different versions of it, but it might be. I could be wrong. But this is a rugged style device from AGM. Leave a comment down below and you let me know how you want me to test this thing, and I will do so. So first impressions, I'm impressed with the build quality. I'm impressed with the way it looks. The speaker is obviously really loud. I'll get into cameras and stuff like that, but I want to do some water and rugged and freeze tests and things like that. I am going to freeze it. So that'll probably be one of the first videos I'll follow up with, but you let me know in the comments what you want me to do with this thing. And we'll try to get it done. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.